So the Rode Wireless Pro came out, and wow, does this have some amazing features. Now, does it check all the boxes to make it pro? Let's find out. I mean, there's one thing we can check is the microphone does sound amazing, and you're listening to it right now. Check 1, 2, see? And we'll put it this way so you can see the logo as well. Now, there's a lot going on here, so let me tell you all about it.
Mr. Black.
And by the way, welcome to the channel. My name is Danny Black. I love to share with you cool gear that comes my way. If you're new here, don't be a stranger. I'll put links to everything down in the description, plus a surprise link. And here's the deal. If you're looking for a cheap wireless microphone system, this is not gonna be for you. However, if you're looking to step up your professionalism, you're doing video work for clients, this is gonna be worth every penny. And the first Rode system came out, and I actually got that back in 2019. Gosh, I've been doing this for a long time. But it was such a great microphone system to the point where I still use them today. And then they came out with the Wireless Go 2 system, where they made it so that you can have 2 microphones. And with this system, it's like they took everyone's feedback, everyone's wish list, and they put it all in this one system. So in the box, we get 2 really high quality cases, and the cases are really built well. They have this nice like leathery feel to them. And one of those cases is the charging case. And you can see you have 2 transmitters and 1 receiver. And yes, this does have a built-in battery, so you can be charging your microphones on the go, which is great. In the other small box, you get a bunch of accessories, including 5 wind muffs, which is great to have extras just in case you lose one. You also get the TRS cable that goes to your camera. You get these Rode clip sleeves to use them with the magnets, whether you're going through your clothes or if you want to use it with your MagSafe on your phone. And there's 2 really great sounding lav mics that you could plug into the transmitters. And they also have screw threads on them so that they can't get yanked out on accident. There's also a 5 gigabytes per second, 60-watt USB-C cable for data transfer. You get a USB-C to Lightning for direct connection to your iPhones, and a smaller USB-C to USB-C to connect your receiver directly to your newer iPhones, and also Android devices, and also your computer. And it even works with the DJI action cameras too. And when you do connect that receiver to your computer via USB-C, you can actually use it through your computer as an audio source. And if you connect it up to your computer, you can actually access the internal recordings that you get. And this is where we get to some of the big features that we get on these microphones. And let's start with that internal recording. So yeah, each transmitter has 32 gigabytes of internal storage, and you can record up to 40 hours right onto the microphones themselves, which to me is one of the best features. So if there's any kind of interference going on between your microphone and your receiver, or maybe you even just don't plug it in correctly, you get that internal recording, and that can really just be a great failsafe. And because of the time code capabilities, you can easily sync this in post-production. On the transmitter mic, which has a 9-hour runtime, it has the same design as the previous models, except there's a button right here to start and stop the internal recordings. There's a power button on here that you can tap to mute the mic. And you have your lavalier input right here and a built-in Omni mic, which honestly sounds amazing with the Rode's state-of-the-art Series 4 2.4 gigahertz digital transmission with 128-bit encryption for crystal clear and incredibly stable audio with great range. By the way, this is Jay Boston here. We're at the beach. We're testing the Rode Wireless Pros. I want to say we're doing a distance test, but because there's internal recording, it doesn't matter. Let's walk backwards. Whiskey thinks we're playing. So you go that way.
I'll go this way?
Yeah.
All right. And my back towards the camera too?
Yeah, you can do back towards the camera. And Jay, what are you up to these days?
What am I up to?
You've been doing YouTube?
No, zero.
No, zero YouTube?
Used to, but no, not at the moment.
He's a YouTuber.
YouTuber. Yeah, I like that.
What if somebody just came and stole my phone right now?
They could. All their bags are up there too.
That'd be pretty bad. But this is
don't go too far. Look behind
Sunshine Coast. I'm in the water now. Take the wind muff off. You squeeze and twist and lift.
Got it?
So squeeze, twist, lift.
Yep.
There you go. So this is what it's like without the wind muffs.
All right, so we'll walk back.
We'll walk back.
I used to have the Wireless Go 2. I still have it, I just don't use it. And that was good. What's the difference between that and this?
Oh, there's a huge difference. I mean, there's as far as features, and especially that internal recording is huge.
Yeah.
This is the ultimate failsafe.
Yeah, and I like that.
If you ever go on a shoot with a client.
If it can fail, it will fail, won't it?
Exactly. And so yeah, range doesn't really matter too if you have internal recordings going on, because you can basically just be as far as you want and then sync that up later. So here's the lavalier, and honestly, I love this. I might actually start using this more often because it sounds pro. Like, this is a pro level lavalier. And let's just jump between the lavalier and the onboard mic. We're gonna compare this between the 2 microphones. That way you can listen in and see how much different it's going to sound. Also, what device are you watching this or listening to this on? Are you listening on your phone speaker? Are you listening on your computer speaker? Are you watching this on a TV? I'd actually love to know what device you're watching this or listening to this on and how it sounds for you. Let me know in the comments, drop a comment, and let me know what kind of device you're watching this on. And because I have this nice lav, I'm just gonna keep using it for the rest of the video. The receiver has a vivid OLED display showing you the audio meters, and you can see when the mics are muted or when recording is enabled. There is a USB-C charging point or the connection point to other devices. You also have a 3.5mm output to your camera, or you can use it for headphone monitoring, or you can also use them for both if you have like a headset with a microphone and you're like gaming. And then you have a button here to change the receiver gain and a button here to change to different settings. And with that receiver, you can plug it into your computer or your smartphone, and you can do so much more with the settings. You can change it from mono to stereo. That way each microphone is on a different track so that you can easily split between the two. Or you can even enable the safety channel. It basically means you have a safety backup of your audio. So let's just say you plug it into your camera or your phone and your gain is way too hot and you didn't check it beforehand. Well, now you have that safety recording in 32-bit. And let's not just gloss over that 32-bit float technology that they have. Because if your subject is talking too quiet, like maybe they're just all of a sudden, they just want to whisper and like talk really quiet. Or if they get really loud and they're like, yeah, let's talk about that. Let's get really loud. Well, on your camera, when you're recording it, it might actually come out really bad and distorted. But when you go into the recording using that 32-bit float technology, it records a huge range. So that way you can actually go in and you can turn that down if it's too loud and it's not going to be overly distorted, or you can turn it up if it's too quiet without just bringing up all the noise and stuff like that. And that could actually be a great fail-safe as well. And one of the cool things about this charging box that I love is that you could plug in the charging box directly to your computer, and you can actually access everything all at once. You can adjust all of the different settings that you want on the mics right there and the receiver as well. You can go through and see your audio files, and you can export them in just the best quality that you can, even find like marked spots that you might have marked during your recording. And that just makes it so much easier than having to plug everything in separately. And another really cool feature is that you can actually load up camera presets, and you can even make custom ones as well. And then when you shuffle through the receiver menu, you can actually pick that. So if you're switching from like a GoPro Media Mod or a Sony camera or a Canon camera, you can actually go through and add those presets on to the app right here, and then it shows up on your receiver. That way you can easily change between those, and then you don't have to worry about always having to change the gain or whatever, depending on which camera you have it on. I also love that you can customize what the power button does. So right now it's set to mute if I press it. So ready? And we're back to business. Or you can change this to add a marker. So if you're having a conversation with someone, maybe an interview, and maybe there's something really good, something you want to highlight, you can press it and it will actually put a little marker on there, and then you can see those when you put it up on the app. And you can customize that power button on the receiver, where you could start or stop the internal recording on both devices at the same time. Or you can also leave markers on that one as well, so that if you're like behind the camera and you want to make markers on the audio, that actually could be a big time saver for you. Another really important feature that I love that's probably overlooked by a lot of people is when you turn on your camera, it has power assist. So when you do turn off your camera, the receiver will power off, and then when you turn your camera on, it will power back on. That just makes it really convenient and something that honestly is a huge help here, especially in the studio. So there we go. That's a lot of great features that this thing has. It checks all the boxes to me to make this pro. Like whenever I do any big outside work where I'm working with clients and stuff like that, this is gonna be the system I use, because for one, the microphones on them just sound so good, and these pro level lavaliers just sound amazing. And if you want to see how they might stack up to their main competitors, well, stay tuned to the channel, because I will definitely do a face-off. But to me, it just sounds so good. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned because a lot more content is coming out all the time on the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Mr. Black.